Welcome back, everyone. So glad you are here with us for our second presentation of Franchise Times Prime Time. Joining us now is Tom Wood of Floor Coverings International. Tom, welcome. So glad to have you with us today.
Thank you very much, Mary Jo. I am really looking forward to this opportunity, and I appreciate it. All right. So good morning, everybody. As Mary Jo introduced me, my name is Tom Wood, and I am the president and CEO of just a wonderful organization that I feel very proud to be able to lead, and that is Floor Coverings International. And Floor Coverings International right now is recognized and known as the absolute #1 rated flooring company in all of North America based on customer service and customer satisfaction. And I am just really thrilled to have this little bit of time with you all this morning to share with you a bit about our company and what it's like to be a franchisee. And the place that I like to start when I'm giving somebody an overview of Floor Coverings International and trying to help them understand who we are, what we do, and how we do it is by introducing you to what is the vision that we have for Floor Coverings International, and how is it that we take that vision and really bring it into all of the success, all of the leadership, and everything that we do throughout our organization. And our vision statement is incredibly clear. It's made up primarily of two different facets, and our vision statement is as follows. The first part is we want to be the very best flooring experience in all of North America compared to anybody and everybody in this $100 billion industry. And simultaneously to offering the very best to our customers, we want to offer the very best opportunity for our franchisees. And that second part of our vision is that we want large and profitable franchisees. So what that means to our network and why the vision is so important to us is that everybody knows and understands that it doesn't matter what we're doing, where we are, who we're communicating with, what type of training we might be doing. We are always attaching every activity that we're doing to one or both parts of this vision statement. And just to recap, we want to be the very best in the flooring industry, and we want our franchisees to be extremely large and very profitable to be able to provide back to their families. Now, what I'll do is I'll start to talk a little bit about that first part of our vision statement. The vision statement that says we want to be the very best flooring experience in North America. Now, if I was sitting in your seat and I was watching this person on a webinar like this, and he was saying, as the CEO, we want to be the very best, the first thing I would think is, okay, that's a cliche statement, and I would expect the CEO of an organization to say that. But here's the difference that I'll explain to you about Floor Coverings International. We mean it, and we live it. And our franchisees provide the very best, regardless of what market they're in or what part of flooring that they're doing. And I'll take that and quantify it for you. As of right now, we are absolutely the #1 rated flooring company in all of North America, and that doesn't matter who we're compared to. And I'll take that and quantify it a little bit more. If you were to go on the internet and take a look at our social media ratings, what you would see is across all of our 170 franchisees, we have an average rating of 4.7 stars. But whereas that's meaningful to homeowners, that's not what we hang our hat on when we ask ourselves, how are we performing? We hang our hat on what is known as the most reliable methodology for measuring a brand satisfaction, and that's a rating system called Net Promoter Score, or NPS. And our Net Promoter Score is an outstanding 84. Now, to share a little bit about Net Promoter Score, if you know anything about it, if your company has a score of 50 to 60, you're considered a solid provider. If your company has a 60 to 70, you're considered a great provider. If your company is 70 to 80, you are considered world-class and one of the best, and that's where that 84 puts us. But how does that compare to where we are in the industry? I'll share a little bit with you. The industry average right now is a whopping 38. Some of our largest competitors, Home Depot's flooring department, is a 48. Lowe's, who's considered one of the gold standards in this $100 billion flooring industry, is a 50. And then there's the company that we are most often compared to, Empire. Empire comes in at a 49. Now, what is it that distinguishes us, and why are we so much better than our competitor? And I would take it and summarize it as this. We are clear what we provide. We are a mobile flooring company. We go to our customers' homes. We provide a turnkey flooring experience that allows them to choose their flooring for this important product in the comforts of their home, and then we ensure that it is delivered flawlessly. Now, let me take a moment and do a quick comparison to what's happening in the flooring industry right now. Certainly, we are at what we hope to be the tail end of the pandemic with COVID-19, but boy, the last 18 months has really had a huge impact on every business throughout the world. But it's had a curious impact on the home improvement industry. So here's a question that I'm going to ask all of you that are watching this webinar. When you think about the home improvement industry, whether it's flooring, painting, roofing, landscaping, anything that we may do that's related to our homes, how much do you think the home improvement industry on an average typical year grows over the previous year? Now, if you're like most people that I asked that question, you may have said 10%, 12%. Occasionally I have somebody that says 20%. But here's the average. This $100 billion flooring industry and the home improvement industry overall typically grows on average about 3% a year. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot. I understand that. I've been with our parent company for 35 years. I've been at the helm of Floor Coverings International for 15 years. And my perspective is anytime that we have 3% growth, we see that is a boom for a growth year, because most of our growth comes from grabbing market share in this highly fragmented industry. But let's take a little bit of a look at what the last 18 months have been like in this industry that typically grows 3%. Now, on the left-hand side of the screen, I've just put up a graph that shows you the 2017, 2018, 2019 typical years, and what you'll see is on average, it's about 3%. 2018, in fact, only grew 1.8%, but here at Floor Coverings International, we saw that as a huge year. We grew in the low 20s, so about 23% over 2018. Now, 2020 at Floor Coverings International was an awesome start to the year, pre-pandemic, and I'll talk about the pandemic in a moment. What you see here on the screen is the industry grew 2%, 2.7%, then 3.1%, and then right at the cutoff of that graph is when the pandemic started. Now, when we think back to March and April of 2020, which admittedly is in the rearview mirror, but one of the things that sticks out to me is we were all at home. We're watching CNN or Fox or some other news station every day just to see what is happening. There was fear everywhere. People were afraid to go to the gas station. They didn't want to go to the grocery store. Some of us would have groceries delivered to our home and follow the advice that we were given, which was to clean everything before you took your apples, oranges, or milk out of the bag. That was our life. And if you believed what was on the news every day, you would think no one was going anywhere, no one was doing anything, commerce stopped. But take a look at this. Quietly, the home improvement industry surged. The great secret that we all had is while we were working from home, we were looking at our walls. We were looking at our landscaping. We were looking at the carpet under our feet, and I am so thankful for that, because all of a sudden the home improvement industry surged like I have never seen in my 35 years of home improvement experience. In fact, those early months of the pandemic, it surged 9% over 2019, and 2019 was a great year. Then it grew over 11%, 12%, and then the balance of the year and heading right into 2021 continued right along at roughly 9% growth. Now, I'm going to take this and put it in perspective for you one more time. I have never seen greater than 6% growth in the home improvement industry rolling back to 1990. This was historic growth. Now, what this means for us here at Floor Coverings International is we benchmark our success that we want to grow a minimum 3 times the industry, but quietly, our benchmark is 5 times. So if you follow this graph, what this says is if our industry is growing 9%, I better be growing 30 to 40%. Well, as of the middle of August, we were up over 60%, and our franchisees are having an outstanding year. Now, what does this mean for forecasting? If you're thinking about a franchise, and hopefully you're thinking about Floor Coverings International, but let's stretch that out to anything else in the home improvement industry. Homeowners are projecting that they are going to continue to do their home improvement projects for the foreseeable future. Now, what we're hanging our hat on here at Floor Coverings International and what we're basing our plans on are the following factors for the next 36 months. This is what we're advocating internally, and this is how we're leading our franchisees. Number one, there is a dramatic shortage of single-family homes for people that are looking for a new home and a place to live. And this is fueled by the millennials coming into the home ownership sector for the first time ever. Heading into the pandemic, we were roughly 2.6 million homes behind current demand. As recently as 2 months ago, this had surged to over 4 million homes. Now, why this is important for the home improvement industry and us at Floor Coverings International is over 50% of the time when a home is transacted, it gets new flooring. So when there is home selling at the rapid pace in Florida that there is right now, and there will be until available housing stock catches up, we will see a continued surge in the home improvement industry and flooring, of course. The second one, the pandemic is not going away anytime soon. As of yesterday's numbers, the U.S. has vaccinated 58%, Canada has vaccinated over 70%, but the rest of the world, outside of a few countries, is dramatically behind. And what that means is COVID-19 is not going away anytime soon. Now, how that impacts us in the home improvement industry is the hospitality industry and certainly worldwide travel is going to be continued to be throttled back for the foreseeable future. Now, those of us as homeowners, if we're not spending money going out to eat, if we're not spending money traveling, where are we putting it? Right into our homes. And then there's this third factor, which is all of the other economic conditions, including interest rates and the demand for home ownership, essentially says we will see a continued surge of a minimum of 24 to 36 months of continued growth and surge in our industry. Now, let me take this and focus it to Floor Coverings International and how does our model work and what is it that you can expect with respect to growing. This comes directly to that second part of our vision statement. We want large, profitable franchisees. And what that means is our franchisees need to have an operating model that helps them grow and a support team that ensures that that model is always fine-tuned and that our franchisees are never held back. Now, if you determine you want to take a look at our franchise, one of the things that you will find when you look at our FDD is we give you some very specific earnings claims that are designed to be able to help you understand not only how will I learn the flooring industry and how will you help me at Floor Coverings International, but what are the specific things that I need to do in order to scale and grow my business for me to be an executive leader of this flooring business? And these earnings claims work as follows. We share with you the following. Number one, what is the average ticket item every time you land a job at Floor Coverings International? Number two, what's our average close rate? When we go to a customer's home and we provide them a bid to replace their floors and beautify the inside of their home, how often are you going to land that? And there's the third one. On average, how often do your salespeople provide a proposal in the home to allow the close rate and to allow that average job size to be able to work for you? What that does is it helps you understand what are the revenues for each mobile showroom that you will be leading and operating in your business for an average week, and then what are those average revenues? Now, I'm going to go through this model with you now, But what I will also tell you is if you decide to look at Floor Coverings International, our team of franchise development professionals will methodically and very carefully and slowly work you through all of this. But here's how this works. Our average ticket item as of our last FDD was over $6,000. In fact, at $6,485, that's our average ticket. Now, when you're selling floors, it could be a small repair, say in the laundry room, or more often than not, if you're putting a large hardwood floor or a hardwood floor in a large home, that job could be $60,000 or $70,000, and our average ticket is $6,485. Now, when you're writing proposals for a customer and you give them a bid, you are going to land, on average, as of last year's performance in our network, 42% of those bids. What that allows then is if your salespeople are writing a minimum benchmark performance of 6 proposals per week, the way that you determine what your productivity is going to be for each salesperson in mobile showroom is you take 6 proposals, you multiply it by our average close rate of 42% for our mature franchisees that are 2 years in business and over, and then you multiply that by our average job size that our mature franchisees are getting of $6,485, and here's what you'll find. You are going to land over $16,000 per week, and you are going to land in that one mobile showroom over $784,000 per year. Here's how you determine, as a business owner, how you grow your business. Every one of our franchisees, when they come to Floor Coverings International, knows what their system-wide average annual revenues would like to be for that franchisee. You take that number, you divide it by this amount of productivity per mobile showroom, you know exactly how many salespeople and exactly how many mobile showrooms you need to have. Now, at this point, I'm going to take a break from just sharing all of this information with you, and I'm going to turn this over to one of our franchisees, Gene Black, here in Atlanta, Georgia, to tell you a little bit about what it was like for him when he started his Floor Coverings International franchise. So for our tech team at Franchise Times, if you wouldn't mind, let's play that video of Gene Black.
My name is Gene Black, and my business is based in Kennesaw, Georgia. I was working in corporate America for 22 years, specifically in the automotive industry in sales and marketing. In March of 2020, I was laid off due to COVID-19. I had never been laid off or furloughed or let go in my life, and I've been working since I was 16 years old. So my ego, first of all, took a hit, and I was like, you know what, I'm never, ever going to be in this situation again where I'm depending on somebody else to give me a paycheck. I says, I'm never going to be in that space again. So that's why I decided to explore franchises. Floor Coverings International was the best franchise business out of all the ones that we had researched. I'm a very process-oriented person, very kind of OCD with the process, and if I can't see the process, it doesn't make sense to me, and it's not going to be viable to me. Floor Coverings has a fantastic process and also a structure, and then training support and marketing support. So they had all of the big keys I was so used to from a corporate American environment, but allowing me as a supportive end to allow me to be who I wanted to be at the same time. So it's like the best of both worlds.
All right, and Gene, I want to say thank you to you for that video that you shared with all of our friends here in the Franchise Times community and that overview of our business and what it's meant to you. Gene Black is here in our backyard, and I will say he is one of my more favorite franchisees to get involved with. And the reason is not only because he loves his business, but he is passionate about the vision for his community that he has with his franchise, where he wants to go to be able to support his family, and working with him and watching that come to life is absolutely satisfying for me as a leader. Now, at this point, I want to share with you a couple of the reasons that as the CEO of Floor Coverings International, I feel our franchise is just an absolutely outstanding opportunity. And when I share these couple of reasons with you, we're then going to go to one more franchisee that's going to share a bit more about her business, and we're going to come back for any of your questions. So here are my top reasons At Floor Coverings International, I think that we are one of the very best opportunities for somebody to be able to consider. The first one is, we are the #1 rated flooring industry in a $100 billion industry. And I want to be super careful to point out, we're not the largest, we're not the biggest company, but we are the company that across North America people love the most, and it's because our franchisees deliver an outstanding service, they beautify people's homes, they love what they do, and the ratings absolutely support that across all of our franchisees. The #1 reason that I think our business is fantastic, or #2 reason, excuse me, is our franchisees grow large, profitable businesses. It's a business model that is able to be scaled to meet your individual needs. And as your skill sets increase, and as you use those talents that you have and invest them into the business, you will find this business can grow right along with you. The third one is our network is engaged and they live our core values. Just like our vision is very clear, our core values are also very clear. Respect the individual, deliver what you promise, be open-minded to possibilities, and practice continuous improvement. And then our last core value, which is one that really is near and dear to me, is get involved in your community and make it fun for everybody that's around you. And I can say our organization from top to bottom, every franchisee and all of us here at our corporate office live those values every day. And this is the #1 reason our franchisees are so successful and that our customers get an outstanding service every time. And with that, I'm going to ask Deb DeFizzer now to come on and share a little bit about what this business means to her. So for our Franchise Times team, would you please roll that video as well?
Hi, I'm Deb DeFizzer. I'm the owner of Floor Coverings International, Chandler Gilbert, and we're in the Phoenix metro area. I've been in business since early 2017 and really been enjoying the experience. We are family run. I am the owner and operate it 100% of the time. However, I'm fortunate to have my husband help out. He still has his own career in high tech. And then I have 2 sons that are in their 20s. And so when they're home from college, then I get to take advantage of a little free labor there, hauling a load of product or something like that. I have been in corporate America for many years, and I thought that it was time for me to work really hard for myself instead of really hard for someone else. So this gave me a great opportunity to jump into a franchise system, and I like that it has a system to it. It has a plan, has a brand. A lot of things are really set up already, and then I can jump into that and add maybe a little bit of my own personality to it. Boy, I've been an HGTV junkie for a while, long before I even dreamed of owning my own company. So that part of the process I've always loved. Redoing a home to fit someone's personality and fit their lifestyle is a passion of mine. When I heard about Floor Coverings International, I thought, wow, I could actually give a better experience to someone else than what I had myself in redecorating our own home. So that was something that was also really attractive to me. Sometimes in corporate America, you're pigeonholed to doing just one exact thing over and over and over and over. It can get a little bit monotonous. The beauty about working in a small company is that you get to have a wide variety of experiences, and each and every person has a lot of responsibility. I like to tell my design associates that I want them to run a business within my business. So I'm here every step of the way, but taking that ownership of their project. And then what's fun is to watch them grow, watch them learn about the business, because I didn't know much about flooring when I started, but the training program is so robust that I can take my previous sales and marketing experience from corporate America and get the training on the flooring and put all that together to build that success. So I love watching the design associates and the culture that we've built. And up until with hiring Zach, it's been a woman team, and Zach has been a great addition, and he's brand new, and he's already just out there rearing to go.
Oh, Zachy, look how cute you are! You're so cute!
Closer. Rub on. Start on this side. We've got Darcy, we've got Amy, and we've got Brooke. And Zach is out making a sale right now. Otherwise, he'd be here with us. They sometimes call me Mama Bear because I love to I'm really worried about each and every person's success in the business, but then also their personal life. Our office manager's pregnant and she's due in a couple of months, and Zach's wife is going to have a baby too. So we're all just so excited for that baby to come. We're all about the personal experience melded with the business success. One, two, three. Jasmine got really high.
And thank you, Deb. And as you can tell, Deb loves to have a lot of fun in her business, and we have a lot of fun and enjoy our time with Deb as well. And we're at the closing couple of minutes of our time here with you today, and I'm going to ask our Director of GSD, which is Get Stuff Done, Amy Schlosser, to work with me and to help me with some of the questions. Amy, what did we have for questions that may have come into the chat box?
Yeah, thanks, Tom. We've got some good questions. So first of all, how badly have your franchisees been impacted by the supply chain issues impacting the home improvement industry? And when do you see this normalizing?
All right, that is an awesome question. It is absolutely one that's focused into what we have going on right now. And I'm going to give you two answers to that. Both of them are absolutely transparent in what's going on. Number one, supply chain has been rough, and it is not getting any easier. And that is one of those unknown things that we weren't really prepared for. We have rallied behind our franchisees. We have helped them be able to find other solutions, as have our suppliers. And whereas it's rough, it actually is manageable. Now, I'm going to give you the flip side of this. As difficult as it is to manage supply chain issues, we've had an unintended opportunity be able to arise from this as well. Inflation and price increases that have come down from all of our suppliers, of course, are passed right along to our customers. We've had an almost $500 average job size increase this year because of the supply chain issues, and margin for our franchisees, gross margin, has actually gone up. So whereas it's been difficult, it hasn't been catastrophic and it hasn't had a negative impact on our business. Thank you for that question. What else do we have, Amy?
Thank you. So the next question is, do you need to have experience in this industry?
Well, you need to have experience, but you don't need to have experience in flooring. Here's where you need to have experience. Our best franchisees, the people that come here and find the easiest transition and the ones that generally are the best performers, are people that have experience in leadership and management. Because what our business is predicated on is your ability to lead a team of 2 or 3 salespeople. That's the experience that we're looking for you to have. The flooring industry, we're going to teach you. We're going to provide the resources, and you absolutely do not need to have any flooring experience. And in fact, generally that's a hindrance when you come in with flooring experience other than a passion for home improvement. But that's another great question. What else do we have, Amy?
Yep, I have another one. Because you interact with customers in the customer's home, do you encourage the franchisees or salespeople for background screening, for safety, driving records? How do you handle that?
We sure do. Not only do we encourage it, we provide all the resources, we help with it, we insist on it. I'm going to say we're very fortunate that it has not been a problem for us at all. But we take that safety very seriously, and that's also one of the things that drives our customer satisfaction, is because they know the people that are in their home, whether it's an installer or that salesperson, have been vetted, and they are an important part of our organization, such that we've gone through to make sure that we're providing the very best. And I think we have time for one more question.
Yes, so I'm going to give you the tough one. What's the biggest challenge that you see in the future?
Oh, that's a great one. And it's also a question that we get asked almost all the time. The biggest challenge that we have here at Floor Coverings International is our franchisees having and leading that ability to oversee their sales team. Our franchisees that are super successful generally are the ones that know how to find, develop, and retain top sales talent. Those people that can go into a home and work with a customer and help them find the very best solution and be able to find it in a solution that is going to work for that customer. Our franchisees developing these skills, keeping that passion for leading their people is the biggest challenge that we have. Outside of that, we have the normal challenges in the flooring industry and the normal challenges that everybody else has, but I'll sum it up with this. I'm 35 years with our parent company and a great organization that has brands like California Closets, CertaPro Painters, and Paul Davis Restoration. 35 years. 15 here leading Floor Coverings International. There is nothing on the horizon that gives me pause for either the home improvement industry or here at Floor Coverings International, and I and our team have just as much passion and enthusiasm today as we have ever had in this business. And with that, I know we're out of time. Mary Jo and the team at Franchise Times, I want to just say a heartfelt thank you for providing this platform for me to be able to share a bit about our company. We really appreciate it. If you're interested in Floor Coverings International, please come to our website or give us a call. We would love to chat with you, and our team would love to share why we love this company so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that great information. I love that question on the supply chain because it's so relevant today and we're all hearing about it. So I appreciate your candidness on that as well. We are so glad you could be with us. In fact, I want to thank both of our company executives today from Premier Rental Purchase and Floor Coverings International. Thank you. You can replay their presentations on our Franchise Times website. Please join us again for the next episode of Prime Time on Thursday, November 18th. Registration will be open next week. Our presenting companies will be Smoothie King and Face Foundry. And if you would like to be on a future episode of Prime Time, please contact Kevin Peach here at Franchise Times at 612-767-3206 or at kpeach@franchisetimes.com. Thanks again for all of you being with us today and have a great rest of the day.